We're going to start, as we did before, with you saying your name and where you're from.
Okay.
And you can eyes to me.
Yeah. Ready to say that?
Yeah.
My name is Nikos Savvidis. I born in Greece, Macedonia. The city is Kavala, and my town is Chrysoupoli.
Where were your parents from?
My father came from the Black Sea area, Amisos. It is the Greek name, and Samsunda is the Turkish. They couldn't pronounce Amisos, so when they say you will go to Amisos, to downtown the city, so they said θα πάμε στην Αμισόν, so they could not pronounce that, and they said in Samson. So anyway, yeah, and my mother, it is her parents. It is from Trapezuda. My mother born in a village there in the same area, Kavala, called Kechrokabos. And I born in Chrysoupoli.
So how many generations does your mother's family go back in that area?
Well, my mother was the first generation born in Greece, and my father, he born in Black Sea, and well, it is since that area was Greek, so that many generations. Yes, well, they said 3,000 years, but
right, I understand.
So,
long history.
Yeah.
Tell us about your dad and what he did for a living and how you got into dancing.
Okay. My father, who, when he came from the Black Sea area, was 10 years old, I think. They have my grandfather with his other three brothers. They have a mine up there and did like the charcoal stuff, and of course they had uh, cows up there, and I remember my father was saying he saw some cowboy movies, and he said that that how it was up there too. We had we had our stock, be free there, and once a year they want mark the cows, and once you mark, they were theirs. So it didn't matter, if there was somebody else or that it was unmarked. You have to mark those. So yeah. Uh, anyway, they 1922 they came to Greece, uh, and the Greek government gave them some property, land, and all that. So they become farmers. Uh, my father, from that age, uh, 10 years old, when he started going to Greek school in Kavala there, actually he didn't like to go to school. And he's building instruments like I did when I was that age. So, and I remember my grandmother was saying, we sent him to school and he left from the school and went somewhere nobody can hear him, so he played Lyre. So, and it was for till 52 or 54, something like that. He was playing the Lyre, but he got sick, he got pneumonia, because at the party at that time, they called him, he was playing and was wet or not, or rain a little bit. They were outside in the yard and have that dancing, and then the party weddings and baptisms they had. So he was playing the lyre in the circle. The other ones, they danced and all that. They didn't feel anything, but he got sick. He got a pneumonia. Just playing the lyre and just walking around them. He didn't had that to dance with them, so he got that cold and he got sick. Since then, he he, he got well, but since then he said no more playing lyre. He plays sometimes at the house, but he didn't want anybody to know he started again because that time a musician was a hard time to be that time because all of them in I don't know, probably 100 kilometers around, they come and pick you up and going there, and the parties they went for weeks. So my father did 3-4 weeks to come home from those parties.
And those parties would be like for a wedding or something?
Wedding or just a family there. But what they did, they went to one house, and then the people who were there, they want him to go to their house, and that went all around from village to village. And he couldn't say no to them.
Was he getting paid?
No,
Did you say he didn't get paid? So
no.
just say
Yeah.
if you could put that in a sentence.
Oh no,
say
he
didn't get paid.
he didn't get paid. No, it was like a friendship, like a family, friends, this that. It was on and on.
Does that tradition still go on in any part?
No, that's maybe a few times now, here and there. If they don't see you a lot and you do something, yeah, they still up in the villages, yeah, they want you to go to their village, to their house. So to appreciate your company, and they want to, do all that cooking and this and drinking and dance and still it is some of that, not much though, and we don't want to do that anymore. I remember when I was probably 15 years old, 14, 15, like that, was going on around in Athens. That thing. We went to one house and then we went to another house. They left earlier to go to their house, be ready, cook this, that, and set the table. So we will go there, start, drink a little bit and sit at the table and sing and that, and then we dance. So whoever was there, they want to go to the other house. So yeah, it was.
Sounds like fun.
Well, if it is one day, yeah. But we're talking about we were.
Well, tell us about the dance groups you were in and when you started dancing.
Well, I start from my town in Chrysoupolis there, and then I dance a little bit in Kavala with another group there. And when I was 13, I moved to Athens. I was looking to find my culture there, so it wasn't
At
hard.
13 years old?
Yeah, and I was in the construction as a house painter. So, and I was looking to find my culture, to see where I can find it so I can go dance. I was living in Athens in Kalithea. There were more Pontians. I mean, it was 80% Pontian population. And one evening, I just take the streets and go around where there were some restaurants like a taverna restaurant, and I hear a sound of Lyre inside that restaurant. So I went inside and kind of afraid maybe they don't wanted me to be there and all that. So, but I said I will go. So I went there and there were about 15 people sitting at the table with the ouzo or chipuro there and the hors d'oeuvres, playing, singing, and all that. So I went and sit on a different table there, and the guy who had that place, he was a Pontian too. So he came to me and said, "You want to eat?" I said, "Yeah." And he said, "What do you want to eat?" I said, "What do you have?" He said, "Navy bean soup, this, that." And I said, "Okay, how much is the beans?" He told me, I think, 2 drachmas. I said, "Well, I have one of that." I wasn't hungry. I just wanted to. So they knew exactly what I wanted there. So they asked me where I'm from and what is my name and all this. I told them, and they said, "Oh," he said to me, "You want to come sit over here with us at the table?" I just, uh, I went to sit there with them, trying to talk me, and they were impressed at that age, be so thirsty to, and
And they knew from where you were from that you were Pontian.
yes, yes. So uh, they got me like I was their kid, and they were proud and this and that. That time, most of the young population they got out of the culture because the rest of the people, they give us that complex. You know, when you are outsider, the other ones looking at you like so, and that's why that population, much older than I was, they got out of that and trying to be something else.
So just to make sure I understand, the Pontian, that culture, that group, they were trying to assimilate more into the society?
Yes, yes, and but they just pointing us, like you go somewhere, all right, and they said, "Oh, this person is foreigner, this, that," and so they somehow, they didn't want us there. But anyway, that got a little bit more. We had a lot of fights with the local people, wherever they were. So,
like physical fights?
oh yeah, yeah. The kids, the parents and all that. Of course, they had some, arguments and all that because, well, it's a long story. Uh, First, when we came, as the government gave us some land and the worst land, of course. So we got that land and clean with bushes, with wild trees, with this, that, and actually most of them, they were all rocky on the mountains. And if you were in the valley, it was swamps and this and that. So my family, they cleaned everything. They make it useful, to you can plant something and grow something and all that. So the people there, who they were the local people, they saw that and they wanted back. They wanted to take it away from us. And of course, that when we came to Greece, was money involved from the Turkish government because we left our land there, exchanged that, so, and was in gold. The government got that.
So
So,
they really owed you the land.
yes, Yes, they didn't give us free the land.
Why did they do that? I don't know that part of history. Why?
Well, we had our land in the Black Sea area. I mean, was our land. So, and that area, like I said, was rich. Has a lot of mines, silver, gold, and was with with trees, with green. I mean, it was natural. Still it is. Still it is. So, uh,
So that was a more desirable, economically
oh
desirable.
yes, yes,
So they
yeah,
wanted
yeah.
to own
That's
the
that's
land.
why everybody wanted to get their part. Like the Romans went there, the Persians went there, from north up there, Russians, the Arabs, because it was all that, like the gold, silver, the mine for charcoals, all that. And the other thing is, they,
Airplane. So much good history.
there is a lot. And the most they wanted the steel from there, metal steel. So, and there they start doing the swords for fighting and all that, and because they didn't break. So, and everybody wanted that. And what's going on and on? Everybody trying to get that place. And the Romans came. They trying to get that. So finally, they got it. The population, our population there, it was not that big power to be, against to this all, united, like the Arabs, the one they came up to get that, and then the Romans, and then uh, North, uh,
Balkans.
yes, all of them, yes. So the Russians. So and finally, they got that. We got
Is
used
that
to.
why the Pontians have that tradition of being fighters and
Well, yeah, they, always they were in a war, fighting, trying to protect their land. But the same time, they were, as they said, all the lights it came from Greece, all right. So we had that. But if somebody attack you to get your land and your family, so you gotta be a fighter. You gotta know how to protect around you what you
so
own.
so let's go back to you fighting when you're 13 years old.
Yes. Uh, in my town, they were mixed population. They were Thracians, they were local Macedonians, and also from Micrasia, Smyrna. So they we trying to adjust there, and also people from Epirus, they were there. So uh, they look us as because when we came in here, they didn't bring us, all right, or they chasing us. We left everything there and running and this and that, so we came with nothing there in Greece. So and they look us like we were like gypsies or outsiders or whatever. Uh, and we get in neighborhoods. This neighborhood is the Pontians, that neighborhood is the Thracians, this, that. So, and we had one school. all the kids, they were there. So they started making fun of us. And I was the worst. I was beating them up, and I just didn't feel anything. They brought me up to here, like we said. So, and we started like little gangs around. And if I was going from their neighborhood, about 10 kids are coming to beat me up. So I ran into my neighborhood again. I had few kids with me and chased them back. So that was, yeah, and everywhere you see separate kids, 2 or 3 kids, I was, because they didn't stop to make fun of me. Anyway, and then, it's,
But you learned all their dances.
well, the except the Pontian dances, I learned those in Dora Stratou. Yes, I didn't have anything to do with them there, with the dancing over there. Actually, the most.
But you danced in your hometown, right?
Yes, I did. The Pontian
Right.
dance.
So you did. That's when you started Pontian dance.
Yes, that's when I started. That's when go to Athens, start there, and also I was doing theater too. The Pontian dialect and all that. So I was in that organization. Was the dancing, also the theater. So, and I was both. And
That was before Dora Stratou?
yeah, yes.
What was the name of, was that a group or just informal?
Called Argonautas Komnini. Argonautas, the Argo, the ship went when we went up to Black Sea. Argo.
Argo.
Yeah. So that's where is our part of Greece. And that's why that place or that organization called Argonautas, Komnini. So I got involved with that. Later on, I was teaching there. I think I was 15 years old when I started that. And
but even when you were 13, you were noticed as a good dancer from a very young age, right? Like 7 years old or something?
You mean to say I am a good dancer?
Yes. Weren't people noticing you?
Oh, yes. And, they telling me, and I said, I mean, I couldn't catch that as have something in me. So, but later on, when I went to Dora Stratou, and they see, and in Dora Stratou, we were from all over. People from Epirus, from Macedonia, from the islands, all over in Greece, Thracians, Pontians, and kinda I do the entertainment for all those dancers, the musicians, and I was the one who make everything upside down. They have fun and all of that with my, joking them, tease them, and they, of course, they teasing me, and
you were the life of the party.
yes, and everybody was saying that. So, and Dora Stratou, I remember when I left to come to here, she got really upset, and she said, "We're gonna lose the heart of our theater." So, kind of, I felt, my heart tightening. I feel that, and I realize, actually, I leave all this in here and go to someplace I don't know, and I don't know what I'm gonna find. But I said, well, now it's it's time to go, and then, coming back again. And she told me, uh, when coming in Greece, every time you come to Greece, you come dancing here. I said, okay. Well, but when I did that, it was kind of, I want to see my friends, I want to see my family, so, but I danced a little bit, about a month or so, and then, anyway,
Can you tell us, just for the sake of the interview, who the Dora Stratou dancers were, and start by saying the Dora Stratou dance group was?
the Dora Stratou group was the national group with ethnic dances. Uh, she wanted to save the all the culture, not to be, like I said, everybody trying to get the European style, with this, that. So she wanted to save that. She was really good educated, and she was kind of singing. She knew very well the music, playing piano, and did the strategy, like theater and all that. So,
what was she like as a person, Dora Stratou?
well, her family, they were, like prime minister or this, yeah. And, they had the power, they had, name and all that. So she got the power to organize that. 1952, she started that. Because by that time, if she didn't do that, probably, most of the Greeks, they won't know any of the Greek dances, except, the villages. But if that came again around and everybody see, what's going on. So she did the theater first in Piraeus, and then she went under the Acropolis. She wanted to build a theater there, and the government said you cannot because it's underneath there is all statues and this and all that. So she built it, like with blocks of wood and all of that, and she brought, make it like the ancient Greek theater, and built something there, dressing rooms and all of that. So she did a really good job, and a really good place. You were there and you see it was quiet and all that, except when we dance and you hear all that, it was the best spot to do that. And at the beginning, tourists, they coming into the theater. The Greeks said, what are we going to do? We know this dance. So we see it every day, with the wedding or the tavernas and all that. But then they've never seen with the whole thing with the costumes there and all that. And so finally, later on, Savvidis, they stand to, I mean, they see the people, so many people, so many buses stopping at the parking lot there, and people just walking into the theater. And they start questioning themselves, why these people going there? They make a little bit of fun, like, and then they get more serious. So they start coming. Once they come in and they see the whole show there with a costume, with traditional costume, traditional music, all that, they start coming. They sing themselves, the older people, like what they did when they were in their places. So it was growing and growing and growing.
So even the Greek people started coming,
yes,
not just tourists from other countries.
Tourists, they were there, no matter what. I think the theater had 1,500 seats and chairs. And
How long did you dance there? How many years?
I think 6, 7 years.
And then you came to the United States.
Yes, 1974 I came to the United States. So when I came to the United States,
You were looking for a job?
I was looking for a job, for painting this, but some friends I had there, like Anne, came and met me there before I came to the US. So they came over to Los Angeles and they said, a Greek dancer is coming, professional dancer. I didn't even thought I was a professional.
You didn't think, you didn't see yourself?
No, I danced because I want to dance. Yeah, they pay me at the theater, but but I grow with that. That's why I didn't feel any different from what I was doing. So, uh, and Ethan Karas, that's what they got me to intersection. Actually, when I came into Los Angeles, they got me from the airport in Los Angeles.
Ethan Karras did?
No, someone else, yeah. He sent somebody else. So they took me and brought me right to intersection. You saw the intersection, said, I was absolutely real tired. And before I left from Greece, my friends, they did a party and we started, and the flight was 12 o'clock. Never sleep that night, and they took me to the airport with the music and dancing, all that. So, and I was the difference of the time, all that. I was so, and they took me to the intersection, and they wanted me to dance.
Can you just say what the intersection is on?
The intersection, it is the first place they started here for the folk dancing and all that. I think they had the first intersection in Alvarado Street,
Right.
and then they moved to Temple Street. So
I want to go back to your story. So they take you to the intersection.
yes,
And
I was expecting to be live music. And they would dance with records and tapes, and I said, God, is that the fun they have in these people in here? How behind they are. So, and they said, well, there is no instruments in here. There are some nightclubs, but they are expensive. They start with them, and there is no dance, there is no folk. Of course, they did more the modern Greek stuff. And anyway, I couldn't used to see that, like, what kind of life is this? Once I got involved there and I started teaching there, well, I said, what can I do? I will be satisfied with what I have. At least there is in dance. Right. So, and then.
And who were you teaching there? Were there a lot of people coming?
Okay, I was teaching the intersection dancers till I get used to do with the rest of the people who coming to learn. I didn't speak any English. So, and intersection dancers like George Nikos was dancing there, and was there, and all the other group teaching them. But when I saw what they were doing, I said, "Oh my God, what they do!" I didn't recognize what they doing till they put the music, and I said, "Oh, that is that." I said, "And what are you doing?" And I was looking at it, and I said, "What the hell are you doing?" He said, well, you gotta make it a little bit more show. I said, all right, you can make some show, but show the real steps. Anyway, that time,
So you were were you the only instructor from Greece?
Yes, yes. I tried to explain them. They fight it. Like yeah, they did fight it. We dancing in here all those years, and who are you? You coming in and you want to change the whole thing? So and I said, well, all right, I'm not teaching. But Anne and some other ones they knew, so they wanted me to continue. But now I'm with them like this. And then he said, don't tell them the steps and the dance is wrong. This is from the next village at the side of that is the steps. I said, look, you came in here, you didn't know the dance, you didn't know, or you forgot, and you make the dance. You put steps from here and there, and he trying to do it more theatrical. It gets all the juice out of the culture of that. So there wasn't nothing, just yelling up and down, jumping, running around, and all that. And finally, I said, look, you were in here. You never thought someone who knows it will come in here and see it, and you will be in that spot. And now you don't feel good. You don't want to be like, you did that. And so if I start to say that this is from a different village, and that is, they dance that, and that was that, I mean, I said, somebody else will come in here and will tell me, you knew the dances, why you destroyed our culture. So I said, no. I said to him, all right, I'm not going to say any more about, throw those away. And I said, who wants to learn my style and who wants with Ethan? Pretty much all became my style. And I changed the whole thing. But still, was going a lot of fighting, or like some other, who learned from Ethan, the dances and all that. They went, to San Francisco and San Diego, all around, and they will start teaching what Ethan taught them.
So they're teaching the wrong.
Yes. So, and they hear about that, and they say, who's this guy? What do you think he is? What is that? Finally, they hear all that, and they invite me to go to do, workshops and this and that. And they saw, any step I was doing, and the music and all that was fitting your step nicely. It took a long time to change the style, and most of them, they still have that style. They learn the steps, but that style has been a long time doing it. It's, you can see still that style there. It doesn't matter how long it's gone, how long we dance together. Still, it is. Except Anne and Robbie and all, they were all the time with me. They got the most what the others did.
And they're the ones that, as it happened, turned out to be judges at SBF.
Yes, yes. And also, Nikos Vavrichotis, he was learned from Athens, and he did the group of Panegyri, the name, the Panegyri. And he was doing the dancing back again with now Anne and this, and most of the Panegyri group, they were at the intersection because I was teaching, they want to learn all that. So they were doing that with me, and with Varvichotti, they did what Varvichotti was known from Nathan and George Nichols. So finally, Nick Varvichotis said to me, when I was teaching the Panegyri, he didn't dance, but he wanted from me to teach him in private. Yeah,
It's so political,
was the
this
ego?
dancing.
Yeah. I said to him, no, I won't do that. Finally, he got me. Well, we got friends and all of that, so I said, all right, all right. So he was coming to an apartment I had in Hollywood. I was renting, so coming there and teaching him like I did Ethan when he lives here, the Studio City, in his house.
I love this story. I have not heard all of
It's, I mean,
it.
it will take a week to
I
say all
know,
that.
I know.
But it is how it happened that
Mm-hmm.
I was teaching Nick and Barbichots and Ethan. Ethan said, you know, you teach me that because she was all over in United States going to do workshops and this and that. So he said, I'm gonna introduce you around this, but I gotta go to do all that. And
Ethan said that?
yeah, he never did. So he learned all those dances, yeah, and then he wanted to learn the Pontian too. Uh, and he went all over, you know, and he charged me for a week, and that time, $2,000, expenses paid. One time he said to me, yeah, I will send you because I want to learn the Pontian dances there, and I will send you the pay. He said, 300. They will send it to me, and then I can give you. Wasn't 300. And he did that a lot to me, a lot, with a lot of things, but I don't want to say those things because, you know.
How did you get? We need to talk about FDF. I could listen to this story.
Okay,
How did you get involved with that?
with FDF, uh, Dan and Ellie Hyatt. So they were coming to intersection. They hear with Dickie Hills, they were Shields, who was involved with the folk dancing show too, and they were friends. And like this, they hear about me, and Dickie Shields was my ex mother-in-law. All right, and she knew and all that. So we got somehow involved. Actually, that time I was first in here. Everything was so. I didn't know who was who. So anyway, and then and they came to intersection, introduced themselves to me, and they trying to speak to me. Uh, Ethan was there too, and explained that, and he wanted. Don wanted to go down in San Diego and do a workshop there. I said, well, okay. I didn't know where San Diego was, but I thought it was next door. So I did a workshop there with folk dance community was there. And they asked me about the FDF. And then the FDF started to come together in 1976. So he asked me about that. I said, and what is for me? You know, to do. I said, no, I'm not coming. Who was there, who will be, and all that. And the first year, you know, they were all American folk dancers from around. And I said, what am I going to do there? Anyway, he told me that. I said, no. And then Steve Reynolds was there, Nikos was there. I forgot now most of the names they were there. They were dancing with Aman.
Dance with who?
Aman. It was a Balkan group, and they did. Tony Shea went the first year too. Anyway, and I didn't want to go with them. I didn't want. I said, what they know? They don't know about Greek dancing. How they gonna judge? So I said no. And I think 77 they got me in. Talking and talking. And they said, well, if you not come there to tell us about the Greek dance, how it is and how is that and that, how you're gonna explore that and put it out and this and that. So I said, well, all right, I will try. But when I hear that time the judges, they will pay all the expenses from their pocket, I'm not coming. What? You're supposed to pay me and I will pay you to do your work? So I was, So I didn't know that till I went there and they pay, the hotel and the expenses, all that. And then they told me, don't say anything around. We just making something different, something special for you to not. And then I said, gee. I said, well, I'm not coming. And I didn't go the next year. Dan and Ellie, they're so sweet and this and that. So they're telling me, Nico, we will pay your, even if it will be from my pocket, I will pay your expenses and all that. So, he was telling me, we are thirsty from your knowledge. We are this and we want to know. Especially, he said, with the Pontian dances. Because nobody knew what was Pontian culture. I said, okay. After, couple of years or 3 years, I went back. That time I direct some groups around. I did the North Rates, and then what is in
Long Beach?
yeah, I did Long Beach, Anaheim, but that was a little bit later.
Didn't you go to San
Torrance, I think. In San Bernardino, I did.
You were teaching.
Yes,
Directly.
yes. So, and I do want to go after, what I hear and all that. So finally, I went back again to 78 or 79, 77.
They didn't have one in 77, I don't think. It was 76, and then they didn't do it in 77, and then it was 78 was the next.
Somewhere there, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a long time ago, I can really remember. But, and then I went a little bit later. I quit, I didn't go, I was busy. Also, I went to Greece at that time too, and I wasn't here. So,
What were you like as a judge when you finally did get back to FDS?
how I like to be a judge?
Well,
What?
tell me about when you went back
Oh.
and you started judging.
All right, the first time when I went there, it was a little bit bigger than the house, the room. We sitting at, square tables there. I was with my helper who calculating the scores. I was saying, the scores and that. So he was calculating. They have a piece of paper like that cardboard, write on the score, what it was, and they put it up and show that. But when I see the dances, I was so mad, so disgusted. And I couldn't hold my coolness, just to the table and throw the paper and the pencil and all that. So I'm sorry. So, and I saw Dan coming, Nico, please, calm down, hold yourself. I know it's not right what they're doing, but we don't want to make them mad or. And I saw parents there, and the dancers just got scared, and parents get angry because.
Well, they were children.
Yeah, and well, children not really children. They were they were teenagers and older ones. They did kind of choreography like they just finished Hollywood College and came there. So and so awkward. So some of them they had a fustanella from a tourist place. It's terrible, and the vest and all of that, and other ones they had some, like Cretan something, not even was Cretan. They were in everything. So, and when you see with the fustanella, they dance taverna dances, or they dance Thracian or Cretan with the fustanella. What are supposed to do? The dance is not right. Costume is not right. And I was saying, don't wear those. Come in here regular as you dress. Like pants, a shirt. You want to put like a vest. And come and dance, but you look like waiters, like in the Greek restaurant, black and white. So just dress well. Dress. Normal. And do the dance. It will look much better than what to be with a fustanella dancing hasabiko and zebekiko and to do Cretan dance. Well, they didn't know Pontian dance at that time to do that. So, but they do all, phrase with fustanella, all that. And all that, you get out from anything. He didn't have so many costumes. He had this, he had some Thracian, the half costume, and he added up with those shiny stuff on them. I was really, really angry. I want to, just kill someone. And
what were your scores like?
0 to 1. 0 to 1. But
what were the other
the one was an exception. 0.
On a scale of what?
To 10. 9 and 10, 9 and 10, 9 and 10. Well, they didn't know anything. They were all American folk dancers, but they didn't know the Greek dance, and actually they didn't know even the Balkan dance, because all these teachers who came from there to teach, they were like, was like a Soviet. They wanted everything to look so great and, jumping up and do this. And nothing, the original. Everything technical, everything, count words. So they thought, and they know everybody, Athens, because they were in his place, in their section. So they thought, that is the dance. And
so how did they start learning the real dances? How?
The Greek dance, since I started teaching. Then, the FDF we're talking about, right? So, what I did, they started questioning themselves. They were mad with me, they got angry with me and all that. And then they started questioning themselves, all right, he's only Greek there. And he was dancing in Greece. All right, the other are American. Who are they to judge us? Start the opposite. And the first year, was all like that, but I hear all the directors, if Savvidis is there, they're gonna butcher us. He's a butcher. all kind of names. Captain Zero, they tell me. So, but that make them to question themselves why. And they came asking me, what do you want? What is that? And what are you supposed to do? I told them, look, can you teach us this? But, FDM, there wasn't so many groups that time, but was one from Castro Valley, one from Auckland, a few around here. That's all it was that time. Probably 7 to 10 groups. So I couldn't go over to Auckland or the Castro Valley and all around. They wanted, to be there and be there. So I said to them, look, I cannot do the directing around. I mean, I won't be able to do anything. You need so many hours of that, this, that, and it was difficult for them too to change the style of Athens cars and the steps, all that. So I said to them, if you go to Greece, I have people there, Dora Stratou and all that, and I will send them whoever, like from Pontian, send to Nikos, my friend, and we're Kumbari now. He married, put Stefan, and he baptized Sophia. So they were really good friends. We danced together and all that. So you will go there, and he will teach you, or he will send you somewhere you can see and you get to the festivals. So they went to Greece summertime, and everywhere it is summertime festivals and all that. So, and he will tell you where exactly to go to find the right style and music and all that. And some of them, they had video cameras and all this. So they want to do Epiro. I will send them to Menela Papas, who was from Epiro, the dancer there. So Cretan, this, that, whatever, Macedonians, Thracians. I was telling them, Thracians, there were so many good dancers, and they came from their villages to Dora Stratou.
So slowly they were going over there and bringing back what they
yes, and they started bringing costumes, bringing this, that. So,
but I've got kind of a picture of that. I want to kind of switch gears and talk about you and what dancing. First of all, Pontian dancing, well, maybe second, but the whole idea of what's a good dancer and what is Greek dance and why is it meaningful and important.
Well, 3,000 years our culture kept us strong in saying we're Greeks. There is nothing else there. Now you start to mix with other people, get married and have that. But still, we said, you're Greek. You're not American, you're Italian, you're not this, you are Greek. And our kids will be with a Greek name and it will be Greek. First Greek and then the other. So like this, we kept that. Unite there and be Greeks. It doesn't matter if we fight each other inside. You are this and you are that, and you're not good, the Pontians the best or the Cretans the best. But when it comes to that ethnic part, we are tight like this. So, and that's what kept us going all those years. And
dance, how does dance keeps you is one of the things that keeps you together as a community, right?
Yes, the dance, as they said, keep it is like a family. Keep the like we said, close circle the dance. It is they had the round table and all that. So it is the dance, kept close, and whatever it is, their power, I have power, goes all around, and they got what that, I mean, for the culture, for our beliefs, religion, whatever is there, we believe, and the music. And
What
to,
about for the individual when you dance? What do you feel?
all right, what I feel, the music, the music, your culture, that, and I hear the music that makes me, I mean, like they told me before, when the music was on, I couldn't stay still, even when I was eating, moving. So it gives me that, the music, especially, the Pontian music. I hear that and it hits me right here. And there's the sparkle, ignite the. So uh, to be a dancer, supposed a person to have that, to hear that music. Some of them, it takes a little time. But if you just give a few seconds, that music, I'm talking about all kind of music, all right? Just a few seconds, it will hit your heart. And then you will feel like you are light as a feather. It makes you so happy, it makes you so filled up. And, if you're not a dancer, you let the music, if you let the music get you, it will make you a dancer. You will be moving with, even you do dishes or you do something, you will move with a dance, with a music. That is when you get that dance and makes you a dancer. Not like, oh, I have to do some exercise, I'm going to do some dancing. No. You don't take it as exercise. You take it because it's not a personal inside of you. You don't need a psychologist to go to tell. The music, it is a psychologist for every person. If they find that, they gotta find that, and they won't need psychologists. Like, how many Greeks they went to psychologists? None, because they had that. They grew up with that. And when I hear, when I came in here, I hear, oh, psychologist goes to psychologist. I said, what is he doing there? They talk. And what that's going to do? Go back and forth, what it's going to do? Everything it is inside in you. You want to throw everything, the bad things, what it is, just put one music you like. Put that soft at the beginning, like with I hear the bow with the lyre goes smooth on that, breaks me the whole time. Saying that now, or it's not on the lyre or the violin or the clarinet or the flute. When I hear goes, reminds me those valleys, those mountains, those wildflowers, the trees that and brings out of me that we we are proud of. We are Greeks. We have this, we have that, and after that, nobody can touch me. It's like nobody. I can do what it is there. It fills up happiness. And, you love all the people. You smile to you love everybody. So that's what
That's really beautiful.
I
Really
feel that with the music.
Do you
Another
see that at FDA? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
another one I hear was the Irish music, the bagpipes, and that was me crazy. That too. You know, uh, I mean, and then I got with the guitar or this or that, drums. I start to understand that. I mean, I pay attention to the music. When I see a person, even a rock player, all right, and I see him, he's down here, and I said, this guy trying to tell me something, and I listen, and without move my feet and this. So it is the music. So you have to find that. A lot of people, they, with their business, with something, they forget there is the best thing it can make you relax, be more happy there, be with around you, with the people. Open yourself, talk. The music talks to you. You talk back to the music. The music makes you to move, takes all that angriness or whatever it is, sadness, all that, and your smile comes up. You face life. It's something, I don't know how to explain exactly so the other person can understand that. It is, once I hear a joke or something, they said the best violinists went into the jungle.
The what?
In the jungle.
Okay, start again. The joke.
The joke.
Oh,
yeah.
Was a violin player who plays so good. I mean, beautifully. Everybody was hear that music, they get magical and all that. So he went to the inside the jungle, where all the animals, lions, this, that, he went there with the music, birds and all that. They just they were listening and do this and that. So one lion was deaf, and the animal was there. It went and ate him, and all the other animals said is to this lion, that is really a shame what you did and that. And the lion did what? Because he couldn't hear the music. So, and some people I see like that, they cannot hear the music. If they hear the music, they will be in a better condition with whatever it is. Mm-hmm. So that's what I feel about that. And when I dance, the music make me to get up and do it. So, and I'm relaxed and all that. So it's, I don't know.
Can you describe Pontian dance? Because you are an expert in that. How would you describe that to someone that didn't know what it is? And if you could say Pontian dancing is, so we know what we're talking about.
Well, it's nothing any special there. It is, of course, more movements, more cultural into it. All the dances in Greece, and I'm sure everywhere, they have the same meaning. All right. So, if it is Pontian, if it is a Thracian, if it is Peloponnesian or Island, all these people they grew up with that, and that means a lot to them. The same thing is like the Pontian. Now, they're different the style of Pontos, so it is more like there are some looks like a war dance. There, yes, it is one war dance. The Pyrrhichios, and has the name too. Pyrrhichios, Pyr is the fire. All right. So, uh, and it is the dance of the fire. And fire is always, for war and all that. So that is, and also the dance with the knives, the little swords like this. So, and that, yes, that is a war dance. The rest of it is just to be socialized. You show to the people the way it is your life. Like the Pontian dance shows, the slow ones, what is for harmony. It shows a little bit more like some ones they say, it's really it is aggressive. No, it's not aggressive. It is something. I mean, in your life you get aggressive, all right. So it shows all of this. I mean, when the person were born, there is quiet, there is mellow, there is aggressive, there is that. So all those dances shows you.
The whole range.
Yes.
Tell a story about the nicking of the face with the knives.
Oh yeah. They did that at the festivals, and they get a prize. Who will win, and who was the best uh, techniques with the knives. Uh, that became as entertainment after the war we had with all surrounding us. So, and they wanted to keep it going, so they will be, you know, like Alexander the Great did. He wanted his soldiers every time when they were a little rest, give them a wine and what, and wanted them to dance, so they're not to be lazy and the next morning it's a war. So that's what it is with this one too, with the knives, we said. So to keep them always to be ready. The fighters, soldiers, all that. So, and then it become, like entertainment, the dance, and like, in Russian they do around the old days. So they did a festival and they get a prize, all that, like a cow, a horse, something, who won. And they did all the movements, all of that, and they tried to get the blood from around the face. Just a little scratch. Of course, there were some accidents, more than that. So, and if you get that scratch around here or there or somewhere, but around the face, then he was the winner.
So what did it mean if you got the scratch?
So he was the winner, and he got the prize: a horse or a cow or a pig or lamb, something what they had to offer. And of course, he was kind of like the the mayor, because he was, yeah. So
It's an honor.
yes. So, and we did this for honor people who were, really important, like heroes like that, if they die. So we did these dances for that person. So, and now, or if someone baptized a kid, we did that for this person. And weddings, all that, so he did. But before was only if somebody, dies and that person is gone, it's not going to be there anymore. So was that as a big honor. Now we are in the Paris, the Glendy, everybody's doing the dance. But
But it has meaning.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, they lost that meaning.
Right.
They don't know what it is. They just dancing because they see it's more variation, more this, more that, and it's they don't know the meaning.
What about at FDF? Do you feel like that they're teaching the kids the meanings of the dances and to dance their parts? Or
They don't explain to them. The kids they don't know. So all they do is they said, all right, this dancer is from that village. They dance at the festival. What that is to you? All right, everybody dancing, the festival and all that. They don't say what it is. They didn't bring these kids to know what it is there, what is behind that, why they doing that and keep doing it. They don't say because that's the way they learn too. They went to PE, how do you call the exercise? Yeah. So they learn from there those movements, all that. That's it. Nobody said anything. Suppose everybody to know the history, like in here, in the United States, you at the school they teach you about history and this and that. So there now they don't teach anything, and the young ones now, from late 60s and 70s and up, they don't know anything about
in Greece or here?
in Greece.
Oh.
And of course, here some people, some kids they know because their parents talking about those days and that, and they know something, but they don't know about the dancing. They don't know about the music. So when I am going somewhere and teaching, first I have to tell them about the papu, the yaya, the grandfather, the mother, how they this and this, and you brought you here, and you still, they still talking the language, and they still do that. Do you know why? The kids didn't. I told them. They left the poor country. They came in here. They want to survive. They want to be again together. If they were coming separate, they want there, the other there. Pretty soon they're gonna lost their name, their dignity, this, that. So that's why they still going that. Even who born in here, they learn something from their families. All right. So and they said maybe they not speak the language, but they said, well, I'm Greek and I'm doing at least the dance I'm doing, and they bring back their kids. Like FDF, it did that. The young kids, they bring back to the church. With this gift, they got back the kids. Before the 70s, kids, they didn't know anything. They didn't go to the church. The old people who were 5, 10, they went to the church, and the kids, they didn't. But once the FDF came up, and we start organize groups around the communities with the church or that, it followed up. We had 120 groups a long time ago with Peter was, and 120 groups. I hate it because it was a lot of work there, but we did it. We did it. And now that thing is, they're losing it. They had 47 groups this year. That is a shame.
Why do you think it's changed so much?
Well, never is gonna be like Metropolitan Anthony. This guy, he will kill it. He's greedy. he will kill it. He cuts the fun and gives more. He wants more religion, more money. He's not gonna go far.
No, people want they want to have fun and community.
Exactly, and they got so expensive with the packages and all that. People cannot afford it. So, but what they did, Peter and the Metropolitan Anthony, they saved the culture in here. They did. And I give them credit. I'm proud of them. They did as much as they can. They give that light all around, and the young ones, they just love it. I see that because they have more knowledge now than what did before. Sorry, I'm just, and I thought it was tough. They know now the history. They know about the FDF, how it was, and the new ones are coming in. They hear the stories. That time when they start dancing, the FDF, most of them they are grandparents now.
Mm-hmm.
So and they keep going. I see, those kids that were not at that time, and their grandparents. They said, "Oh, I bring my granddaughter now, my grandson, and all that." Jesus.
Peter's granddaughters danced this year.
Yeah. See. So that is, I think, is something incredible.
And Peter hopes that by recording all of this history with people like you, that maybe he can bring it back again or keep
I
it
hope so.
going.
I hope so. I hope so.
He didn't want this to get
I
lost.
see it's going down. It's dying. A lot of people, they complaining about complaints the way it's going and it's gone and all that. And they are like dictators now. You can't do that. They're gonna lose it. I'm sure if this metropolitan will be in here for quite a few years or 1 or 2 years goes like this, that will be erased. The way I see it, the way I hear from the people. I came, in here, and most of the directors came and telling me and what and this, and I said, look, it's your fault. It is your fault. Get all together, and then you have power and right to Archbishop and complain. So when you have power, you can move mountains. When you are all together, yeah. If I'm going to complain myself and 2 other, that's not just only little stones you can move, dirt. So, but when you are all together, and actually I did that when Peter was still there, and people complained. So some of the communities, anyone, the priest didn't want it to have, like San Bernardino, like Stockton. There were some priests that didn't want it to do dancing. And I hear, the parents, they want their kids to to learn the dancing, and they when they, if they were close somewhere in here to the churches, they bring the kids to dance, and and they said, "Can you tell something about that for our priest?"
Trying to get
To Bishop Anthony was the bishop at the time. So I said, "Yeah, I can tell him." And I said to Bishop Anthony, there is some priests in here and they do. And he said, "Really?" The priest said to him, "The kids, they don't want it." I said, "No, there are some, I hear that." He's like, "Good to have you, people trust you, and they come to you and you can tell them." So, and he said, "Tell them if they get 10 signatures and send it to Metropolis, I will make them do that." Because he said, they said the most of the parents, they don't want the kids to do. If they get,
petition.
yeah. And then, so they did. Send it in. Next year, they had a group.
Power of the people.
Yeah. And they came to me and they thanked me and this. I said,
Can you play just the last 10 seconds again? Just through the ending?
"Oh, okay."
That's not easy.
Okay.
Yeah, just don't look at the camera. Look at Don't look at the camera. Look at Patty.
Whoa.
When you're finished,
Oh,
just
okay.
yeah. Cute. What was the name of that?
And that is the O'Malley, the one everybody likes now, very popular now. Of course, there is very few people from that area can dance that. Now it's probably we are 4 or 5, and one of them it's me too. So, but I thought that around here in the United States, in Greece still they don't know it because there are not enough people to teach that.
Is there more authentic Greek dance in the United States? Or
Yeah, they know. Well, I'm not supposed to say that. I don't want to.
okay, if you don't say.
Off the record, I will tell you. There is no more teachers left in my age. There are very few, from all over. So now all of them, they are, because they have something finished with the school and all that, they're allowed to do with the, go to the schools and go do all this kind of stuff, like they have a license. They don't say to us, you cannot teach. Yeah, you can. But most of this, the young ones, what they're supposed to know, they don't know because those teachers, they don't know those things either. Like I said, they know this dance is from this village, and it is this, and it is that. I'm practical. I'm not with the fancy things, to make myself like a professor. I'm practical. I put it down, I said the way it is, and that's how it is. So they trying to make things more easy. They trying to do it more.
More of a formula.
Yeah, and like commercial, commercialize it. They do it, and of course, the money. They don't have anything inside. You see them, those teachers, and you see something, it's like I told you last time, you wind that little toy and that's what it is. Nothing inside because he never learned. Mm-hmm. Because he was that period, when everything it changed. Everything it came in, from outside. They like now to do, like I don't know very well those other dances, like rock or cha-cha or this or that, whatever it is. Modern dances. So they left that and they went to trying to learn their own dances, the cultural dance. They can't. Still, they have those movements.
Because they're too influenced.
Yes. So,
are there any dancers, or is there any influence on any dance? Has Greek dance influenced any modern dance that you know
of? I don't know if they did influence the modern dance, but I don't know. I didn't see it clear. I don't see it real there. All you see it's. That's the dance hall, and hidden, whatever it is there, Sometimes I remember and do that. So that's it is. Here, at least the ones I taught, I see they feeling. They have that feeling. They dance. Like once I did in San Diego, and Peter's sons, they dance there too. I think the director was Kukuvelis, Pete Kukuvelis. I don't know if you met him. He was the director at the time. They learned some dances. And it was, like I said, whining and run. They run. And the director complained to Anne because he was afraid to come to talk to me because I was tough and I was tough because I want to do my job. I want to teach you so you can learn really what it is the meaning of the dance and what is dance. And I said, well, talk to Nico. He said, well, no, he will talk to you. He said, if you are serious about that, he will help you. So they called me and they told me this. I want to help us with the dance. Pontian he wanted to do. He did one the first time, and he, who taught him, he said, you are now the sweepstake winner. He didn't do anything, nowhere. Well, the way they dance was. So, and I went there for, I think, 3 times. It took me time to break the style they got from the other one. Is that recording now?
No, it's good.
I don't want to say the name.
Oh, yes, it is recording.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I went there, helped them, and he wanted to do something. I said, yeah, you can put the villagers in, and you can dance. So the villagers was Peter, Litsa, kids, and all the parents that were there. I said, you can come out like that. In between will be, the dance with the costume of that. In between, they can dance all around, come, do a circle, can get out like they, in the village. Don't overdo. Just natural. You don't have to say, I don't know if Nico watched me or the other people that watch me. Natural. When you go somewhere, you don't care who watch you and who you don't watch you. So it will be really good. And don't change any steps. So they came and they got the sweepstakes.
Yay.
I'm the one who put them low point.
Well, that's what you have to do when you teach.
Yeah, I do that, when I'm going to do some workshops with the groups, I don't want them to say, of course, he taught them, he put them high. I know how they're going to do. The rest of the judges are going to react. I know they're going to put higher score from me. So, I don't put it really low. I just said, all right, they're fine. They will have it. And that's
So
why.
you're not Captain Zero anymore?
Well, no, because they came to that wheel is turning,
Right.
They came to that, and still I'm a little hard on because I want them to hear what I said about the music. I want everybody to do that.
That's important.
And what I'm saying is to the directors, because it is the director's fault. Anything it is related to the director's fault. What you teach to that kid, because they're never gonna have what I had. Grow up with this. It was natural for us to have that every day, Now these kids, or the younger ones, or who born in here, at the beginning, they did all these name days, the birthdays, and weddings, and like George Nichols, at that age, they seen that from their parents, and the friends of them. They come to their house and had a table set up with food and hors d'oeuvres and drinking and all that. And well, if they didn't have live music, they put those 78
78,
records that were a ton. So that and waiting there, they would listen to the music, and they know that, but they don't had the whole thing. Like George, I think he will go everywhere to find that.
Mm-hmm.
So, in that age, the first generation, let's say in here, the kinda they had that because they were in foreign place. But they kept it though. They kept it, and now I say the Greeks now in here, I mean, second whatever, they are more interesting with those things to know a little bit of the history and know what it is the dance, why and what his grandfather and his father, or they still talking about that, why they still want to dance that. So they get to that, and they go to Greece. They find the relatives, the lucky ones. It is where is still those villages. They keeping those, and they see the difference. Not from a group there, a dancing groups and that. You're not gonna learn anything. You lose what you know. Like they asked me to teach them. I said, I won't. They said, why? I said, because I want to make a lot of enemies. And all those directors, they think they're hot. Think they are someone. They will come against me. They said, and they telling me, well, don't pay attention to them. I said, well, it's not
That's not easy.
like Nikos Vernadzidis. He find all those dance. He did a research. I mean, the Pontian dance. We did only the big cities. The other they were more, minority,
Mm-hmm.
and they couldn't put the dances into big place. So all they did, about 20 dances and the Pontian dances are 100 something.
Oh.
Yeah. So, and he went find that. He paid from his own pocket. Every village he went or did the research and they got everything they had. And all the, the politicians of the big office they have, like I'm the father of the Pontians or that, they were all against him. Because he started, he's getting a name or, they thought he's gonna be rich and all that. He didn't do that. He just wanted to know, and he went and and people call him to teach those dances. So
He must have a lot of Fotini.
Fotini, yeah,
She probably has a lot of
Varvichotis.
materials, right, from him. Did he have a lot of photographs and things?
Fotini, Varvichotis, you're talking about?
Mm-hmm.
From who? From
From her husband when he was.
yeah, but they didn't have that many costumes. They made it in here. They just,
Right.
was good or not, but it was a costume. So I think they have some. Ethan Karras had costumes. I don't know what happened to that, but he had the costumes. He went to Greece and bring some, not all of them, but he had some. Fotini, she has it is, the one that made in here.
Oh, okay.
It's not the original costume, so.
Okay.
Like this.
Great. Can we do that one more time?
We're making you work.
Yeah. Hold on.
You'll sleep on the plane tomorrow.
All right, go ahead. If you could play just a little bit, and I'll.
More.
Yes, more.
You want to see
Little
some
bit.
of those?
Little bit.
There are some guys that you will see that they're professionals.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Can you, you just
Vangeli-
play like 10 more seconds? That's all I need.